Hello again. This time what I'd like to do is present yarns that you're going to be studying in the chapter, which is chapter 4, has to do with yarns. So let me look at the first sample I want you to look at, and this is called Bridal Satin, and this is an illustration of multi-filament yarns. Okay, so you've seen this before, and this is the fabric, as you can see right here, and it's multi-filament yarns. I'm going to just take out one of them at this point, and it comes right out. And then when you detwist it, or try to detwist it, you'll notice that it just kind of gives you this type of a look. But it's a continuous filament from one side to the end. Continuous filaments from one side to the end. If I pull them out, you'll see this is a long, long, long strand. So that's your first sample, and this is an illustration of multi-filament yarns. Okay, this is your number 15, your acetate. The next one I want you guys to look at is number 16, which is your chambray, which you already looked at once before, and this is an illustration of carded yarns, 100% cotton. You've seen this before. You've taken it apart, and I've taken this out. This comes across the width. The blue goes up and down, and the white across the width, and I'm going to now take this yarn, and it's got Z twist in it, which means the twist actually is in a Z direction. And I'm going to detwist it for you, take it apart slowly, and let you take a look at it as I hopefully detwist it in time before this video runs out. And then you'll notice that you have short fibers. These short fibers are basically the kind that you would see in carded. So this is a carded fiber, and it's 100% cotton, and you can pull the short fibers out. And carding for cotton is maybe you get maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half and things like that. So this has just been carded. And the look of the fabric here is kind of a rough look. So this is your number 16. The next one is your broadcloth, which is number 17. And if you look at it closely, number 17, you notice that it has a nice smooth look to it, up and down. And this is also 100% cotton, but it's been carded and combed, meaning that they've taken out the short fibers. So let me just take one of the yarns out for you. Again, this is number 17, your broadcloth, and detwist it, if I will. Detwist it slowly, and you'll notice that it does come apart, which it did. And now we have these shorter fibers, but they're not as short as the one that was with the carded one, which was your number 16, your chambray, because these have short and long fibers. Here, this is actually combed cotton, and the short fibers have been removed. And this is something that you can look up and see. Okay, so this is your smoother look, combed and carded cotton. You see this in finer men's shirting and pants, things like that, when you want to have a nice, smart look. The next fabric I want you guys to look at is number 23. This is your Georgette, and your Georgette is 100% polyester. Again, multi-filament, but these yarns, if you look at them, you pull them out now, and I just go like this for a second, you notice it bounces back. This is a crepe yarn. It kind of pulls together. This is a very, very highly twisted polyester yarn. Again, continuous filament yarn, but 100% polyester. And if you were to pull on and pull on and pull on, eventually you would see that they're multi-filaments that go all the way from one end to the other. This is as long as the yarn is, that's how long the filaments are. The good thing about this fabric is when you take it and you crush it like this, and you let it go, it bounces back completely. So you're talking about clothing to take for traveling, and this would be one that you might want to consider is 100% Georgette. Bounces back, throw it out, because polyester has been set or heat set at a higher temperature than you're going to see in your dryer, and what it is, it gives it a memory, which is crepe. It's like highly twisted, and it just bounces back like a spring. So this is your number 23 Georgette. The next one I want you to look at is a core spun yarn, and this is 100% cotton in one direction, which is up and down, but across the top like this, it has a little bit of elasticity to it. And I'm going to take this yarn out, which went all the way across, which is called a filling yarn when you start talking about construction and woven fabrics. But this has a nice smooth look to it also, because this is 100% cotton that's been combed. not only has it been combed, but the yarn going across is what we call a coarse spun yarn. And let me do a little coarse spun yarn illustration to take it apart. And I'm going to de-twist it very slowly. I don't want to break it. And you'll notice right here there is an elastic yarn inside. It goes back and forth and back and forth. Let me see if I can get a better picture for you. And it just bounced off there again. So here is your elastic yarn. One more time, you guys should do this yourselves. Take a yarn going across like this and de-twist it like so, very slightly, and then pull it apart, and you'll notice again it pulls and it comes back together again because of the fiber that's inside, which is a spandex fiber. Okay, so this is coarse spun elastic. Maybe there's 1 or 2% in it, and it's just mostly a comfort type material. It's not used for anything else but comfort, and you find a lot of this stuff in comfort jeans today where you want to have a little bit of stretch, gives, and it actually comes back. This is not, the coarse spun is not the kind of yarn that you would find in a bathing suit, because in the bathing suit you probably have around maybe 20 or 22% of elastic in there that would actually hold you together or hold things together for you. And the last one I want you to look at is number 86, which is an illustration of a textured yarn, and this is the heat transfer print, number 86, and it's a texturized yarn, and I'm going to pull it across here, and you'll notice this yarn has a little bit of a bulkiness to it, but it's the same yarn, 100% polyester, very similar to your crepe yarn that you saw in the Georgette, but it doesn't have the kind of twist it has here, which is a crepe twist. And it's similar to the yarn, except this yarn is a multi-filament yarn made of acetate. But as you can remember, this one here is very smooth looking, whereas this one actually has some cover to it, some elasticity to it, as you can see. And again, this is called a texturized yarn. Texturizing yarn, and in the book there's an illustration of the different texturizing methods. More than likely this was done in the false twist method, which is the most popular one. Okay, so study the fabrics and we'll go on from there. Thank you for watching. Bye.